my dear students, this is Miss Shayma Gharib and today's lesson about fractions of an amount part 2. In this video, we are going to learn how to find the total amount if the total amount is missing and how to find the fraction if the fraction is missing. Before we start, as usual, let's revise some rules before you watch any video. First, you have to sit in a quiet place. Second, you should have your pen and a piece of paper to take notes and to solve the questions. Then you should pause the video after each question. Then you try to answer on your own. Then you play the video to check your answer and to understand the question in case you get a wrong answer. Are you ready? Let's start. Look at this example here. 2/3 of an amount equals 180 pounds. So as we said before, this is a fraction and this is a total amount and this is the answer or the amount. Do you remember when we said the fraction has two numbers, numerator and denominator, and the number up represents the shaded parts and the number down represents the total number of parts. Now let's see how we can do this on a diagram. 2/3 on a diagram will be like this. 2 parts out of 3 parts. Is this okay? Okay, so 2/3 of a number, which is a total amount that I don't know, equals 180 pounds, which means these 2/3 equals 180 pounds. Is this clear? Again, 2/3 of a number equals 180. So these two parts equals 180. These 2/3 equals 180 pounds, which means each part equals, what do you think? Each part equals half of the 180. Half of 180 is same as half 18. Half 18 is 9, so half of 180 will be 90. So each part of them will be 90 pounds. Is this clear? Now, what do you think? This third part, how much is it? It will be, yes, exactly the same. It will be 90 pounds as well. So now I know the value of each part in the total amount, 90 and 90 and 90. Now can you guess this number, the total amount that I have? 90 plus 90 plus 90, or 90 times 3, which is 270 pounds. So the missing amount here will be 270 pounds. Is this clear? I hope you understand it well, because now we are going to start the part of how we do it mathematically using the mathematical operations. When I have a missing amount, first I divided the amount or the answer by the number of parts, which is the numerator. So we divided the 180 by the number up, which is the numerator, and the answer is 90. Then we multiply the 90 by the total number of parts, which is the denominator or the number down, to get the whole amount. So first we calculated the value of one part by dividing by up. Then we multiply by the total number of parts to get the whole amount, which is the number down. So I do 2 steps to get the missing amount. First, I divide the amount by the number up. Then I multiply the answer by the number down. Is this clear? Let's go to the second example. 2/7 of a missing amount equals 180 pounds. What did we say? Do you remember? First, we divide the amount by the number up, which is the numerator. Why? To get the value of only one part. So I'm going to divide the 180 by the number up. Then I will multiply by the number down to get the value of the total parts. Okay, so 180 divided by 2, then multiply by 7. So now let's do it. 180 divided by 2 equals 90. Then 90 times 7. 7 times 9 equals 63. So 90 times 7 will be 630. So 2/7 of 630 pounds equals 180 pounds. Is this clear? Now, the next example, I want you to do it by your own. 4/5 of a missing amount, a missing total amount equals 240 meters. What did we say? We are going to do 2 steps. Divide by up, then multiply by the number down. So, when we divide the 240 meters by 4 to get the value of one part only, the answer will be 60. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 240 divided by 4 equals 60. Or we can half the 240 twice. Half 240, 120. Half 120 is 60. Okay, so this is how we divide by 4. Then, next step, we are going to multiply the 60 by 5. 6 times 5 equals 30. So 60 times 5 will be 300. So the total amount here will be 300 meters. 4/5 of 300 meters equals 240 meters. Is this clear? Okay, now let's do the next part of this video. If the fraction is missing. Let's see. Example. What fraction of 240 pounds equals 180 pounds? What should I do? I have the total amount and I have the answer or the amount and I don't have the fraction. How to get this fraction? Very easy one. First, identify the total amount. Which of these amounts is the total amount? Of course, this one. And second, identify the answer. Of course, this is the answer after the equal sign, right? Or the amount. What after that? Write the fraction as answer over total amount. So I'm going to write a fraction using these two numbers. I start with the amount or the answer up, then I will write the total amount down. So it will be 180 over 240. Then, final step, I will write this fraction in the simplest form. Do you remember how do we simplify? We are going to divide up and down by the same number. Both numbers ends with 0, so I can divide by 10 up and down, right? So we can divide up and down by 10. So it will be, yes, 18 over 24. After that, I have 18 over 24. What do you think? I can divide by 2 up and down. I can divide by 3 up and down. I can divide by 6 up and down. I will divide by 6 up and down. So when you divide by 6 up and down, I will get 3 over 4. Can I do any more division? No, I cannot divide anymore, which means this is my simplest form. So I will put it in the place here of the fraction. So 3/4 of 240 pounds equals 180 pounds. Okay, if you want to check your answer, let's check it together and try. 240, if I have 3/4 of 240. What should I do? Fraction of an amount. I will divide the total amount by the total number of parts. 240 divided by 4 equals 60. Then I will multiply by up. 60 times 3 equals 180, which is the correct answer here. So my answer is correct. Now let's see next example. What fraction of 450 meters equals 300 meters? Do you remember the steps? Identify the total amount. Identify the answer. Let's identify this is the total amount and this is the answer or the amount. Then we write our fraction as answer over total amount. So it will be 300 over 450. Now what we should do next, we are going to simplify our fraction to the simplest form. 300 over 450, I can divide up and down by 10 first. Okay, now let's do it. So it will be 30 over 45. 30 and 45, I can divide up and down by 5. Both are multiples of 5. So it will be 30 divided by 5 equals 6. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. Can I do any more division? Look at these two numbers, 6 and 9. Of course, I can divide up and down by, yes, 3, up and down. 6 divided by 3 equals 2, and 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So the missing fraction will be 2 over 3. Okay, is it clear? Now it's questions time. Are you ready? Let's start. Look at the first question here. 5 over 7 of a missing amount equals 180 pounds. What did we say about when the amount is missing? We do two steps. We divide by the number up, then we multiply by the number down. So I will divide by 5, then I will multiply by 7. Let's do it. 180 divided by 5 equals 36. Then I will multiply the 36 by 7, which is 252 pounds. So the missing amount here, or the total amount here, is 252. So 5/7 of 252 equals 180 pounds. Is this clear? Now, in this example, we have a missing fraction. When we have a missing fraction, what we should do, we identify the total amount, and then we identify the answer. Then we write our fraction as answer over total amount, 144 over 96. Notice here in this example, the fraction here is improper fraction. Okay, so sometimes the fraction could be an improper fraction. Now, we are going to simplify. I started by dividing by 2 up and down, which means I will get the half of each number. 144, half of 144 is 72. Half of 96 is 48. Now I have 72 over 48. I will divide by 2 one more time. Half of 72 equals 36. Half of 48 equals 24. Now I have 36 over 24. So I can divide both numbers by 6 up and down, or I can divide also by 2 or by 3, but I will divide by 6 up and down just to do less steps. So 36 divided by 6 equals 6. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. So it will be 6 over 4. Now I can divide both numbers by 2. So divide up and down by 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So the final answer will be 3 over 2. Can I do any more division? No. So this is the simplest form. Okay, and it is an improper fraction. So 3 over 2 of 96 pounds equals 144 pounds. Now, let's go to the next question. Look at this question. 2/5 of a number is the same as 3 times 6. What is this number? We are going to read this question and try to write it as a mathematical sentence. Let's do it step by step. 2/5 of a number. How do we write this? We're going to write it as 2/5, here it is, of a number that I don't know, okay, is the same as. Same as means equal. 3 times 6, 3 times 6. So I will write 2/5 of a number that I don't know equals 3 times 6. Now I have this mathematical sentence. So now I will look at it and will try which number I can get here. I can get the right side here. 3 times 6 equals 18. Right? It's 18. So I can say that 2/5 of a number equals 18. Is this clear? So now I have a fraction of an amount question with a missing total amount. When the total amount is missing, do you remember? What are the steps? I do 2 steps. I divide the amount by the numerator, which is the number up, then I multiply it by the number down. So 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Then I will multiply the 9 by 5, which is 45. So the number or the total amount that is missing in the question here is 45. Now let's look at the second question. 3/4 of a number is the same as 2/3 of 18. What is this number? Also, I will go step by step and I will start to write this as a mathematical sentence. 3/4 of a number. So, of course, I know 3/4 of a number. It's a missing number, unknown number. I don't know which number is it. Is the same as we said, equals 2/3 of 18. So 2/3 of 18. So this equals 2/3 of 18. So now I have a mathematical sentence. Let's work on this side because I know all the numbers here. 2/3 of 18. How to get 2/3 of 18? It's a fraction of an amount. The lesson before this lesson. How to get a fraction of an amount? I divide the total amount by the number of total parts to get the value of one part. So 18 divided by 3, 18, let's do it here, 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Now I will multiply the 6 by 2, which is the number up. So to get a fraction of an amount, I divide the total amount by down, then I multiply it by up. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 6 times 2 equals 12. So it will be 3/4 of a number equals 12. Now I have a question with a total amount which is missing. The total amount is missing. How to get the total amount? We do two steps. I divide the amount by, yes, by the number up, which is the number of parts, to get 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Then I will multiply the 4 by the number down to get the total amount, which is 16. So the missing amount here, or the missing total amount, is 16. Is this clear? Look at this example here. 3/8 of an amount of pounds equals 5/7 of 21. We'll follow the same steps as before. I will try to find the value of this side here. How to get a fraction of an amount? We said we divide the total amount by the denominator. So 21 divided by 7 equals 3. Then I'm going to multiply by the number up, which is the 5. So 3 times 5 equals 15. So all of this equals 15. So I can say that 3/8 of an amount equals 15. Now, how to get the total amount? When the total amount is missing, I do two steps. I divide the amount by the number up. Remember. So 15 divided by 3 equals, yes, 5. Then I will multiply by the number down, the denominator, or the total number of parts. So 5 times 8 will be 40. So the answer of this question is 40. 3/8 of 40 pounds equals 5/7 of 21. This is the end of our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you as soon as possible. See you next video, and please remember that your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much and see you soon.